What's up, everybody? This is Colin from Holistic Heritage Homestead. I hope you're all well. I want to talk to you folks about another thing that I consider to be an underrated prep. When I talk about preps, I am talking about emergency preparedness. I am talking about prepping. However, a lot of the things that I might talk about are also things that are good to have in general, whatever you're doing. You know, these types of things are just things that are just useful. They're good to have. It's smart to have them on hand. And today I'm going to talk to you about wheelbarrow, okay? So useful. Now, when I talk about underrated preps, I'm not talking about all the cool, fun preps or the tactical or the tactical kind of stuff, you know. Those things are great. A lot of them have great uses. I'm talking about regular preps, you know, things that we need, that we use for gardening, for landscaping, for so many different things, food production, you name it. Wheelbarrow. Now, you're not always going to have heavy machinery. You're not always going to have, you know, lots of people to help you out. Sometimes, depending upon the scenario or the circumstances, you're going to be the labor. So I use a wheelbarrow all the time. Right now, obviously, moving some firewood from one spot to another, okay? This could be used for moving compost, topsoil, growing containers, plants, grain or food for livestock. So many different uses, but I recommend getting at least one, preferably two, depending upon how many people are in your group, maybe 3 or more, okay? And you know, I'm always a big fan of just buy something, get something good, and if in time, you know, you get the best, or sometimes it's better to, you know, buy the best initially, okay? Handle that cost up front and have something that lasts a long time. Sometimes you might not have all that, right? You might not have that initial amount of money that you need to get the best, so sometimes you get something that is good enough and you upgrade over time, right? It's always good to have secondary and tertiary options, right? So don't forget wheelbarrows, okay? Now, this also leads into just general gardening tools, landscaping tools. Power tools are great. What happens if you don't have fuel? You don't have gasoline, you don't have the oil, you don't have the diesel, you don't have the propane, whatever. Good old-fashioned labor, okay? Human labor. That might be what it comes down to. The Amish understand that, okay? Certain groups, certain types of people understand that. Another great way to stay in good shape, to be physical, to be, you know, used to moving and getting things done. Get a wheelbarrow, get it done, okay? Start thinking of those types of things, because you might have to go from your current food production level to a food production level that is much higher if there were a disaster scenario. Times were to get more tough, okay, get more difficult, right? So you might be doing quite a bit of work with those wheelbarrows. And for everything you have that is requires power and or fuel, electricity, whatever, have some manual backups, have some powerless backups, some old-fashioned backups. Let me know. Do you use a wheelbarrow? What do you use wheelbarrows for? Okay? Do you consider this a good prep to have? Do you consider this to be an underrated prep? Let me know in the comments below. We appreciate all the support. You folks are awesome. Take care.